Hi everybody in YouTube land. I'm sorry it's been a very long time since my last YouTube video, but I think it's time to kind of straighten out some confusion about MAV and Lexapro. How do I explain this? I did a YouTube video, I know, I'm looking at my laptop right now while I'm talking on FaceTime on an iPod. I did make one. Sorry, I'm dealing with a cold. I did make one on migraine, MAV, and convergence insufficiency. Now, the issue with Lexapro is this. When I went to my former headache specialist, who I'm no longer going to because of complicated matters, she knew I had convergence insufficiency, but apparently she did not take all of it into account before diagnosing me as having MAV, and before basically drugging me for MAV with Lexapro. What happened is I do have migraine, and I believe that the MAV diagnosis is correct. However, I also have convergence insufficiency, which, if it's severe enough, can cause its own set of dizziness issues. And apparently what was happening is that apparently the convergence insufficiency issues was setting off a lot of the dizziness. So that when I was taking the Lexapro for MAV, it was helping some of the dizziness that was caused by the migraines, which the CI was triggering, but it wasn't helping the dizziness that was not caused by migraine and that the vision was causing. So it's a lot more complicated than saying that Lexapro got rid of MAV. Well, what happened was that the convergence insufficiency just continually apparently got worse and worse over time, and the issues with it became more progressed over time, apparently. That's kind of what I've gathered from my own experience. And so that eventually I was no longer able to physically make it to my former headache specialist, and I ended up no longer able to see her, be able to go to her facility to see her because of the issues that were coming along because of the convergence insufficiency. Well, what happens when you stop seeing a doctor for whatever reason, eventually all the medications stop. Well, eventually I was able to pursue vision therapy to fix the convergence insufficiency issues, and I'm at least 75% better vision-wise with the convergence insufficiency than I was prior to pursuing all 4 months of vision therapy. Now, what has transpired is that after finishing vision therapy, I just came back from, I finished vision therapy as of October, I believe, mid-October of 2011. I just went back to the eye doctor just this afternoon, and apparently it's flip-flopped a little bit into what's called convergence excess, which is apparently the opposite of convergence insufficiency, where the eyes want to go inward too much, and they don't want to go outward when they're supposed to. It's apparently not the same thing as being cross-eyed. It's just the brain has kind of flip-flopped a little bit, but it's not. My vision issues are nowhere near the severity that it was prior to vision therapy. So I still call vision therapy a success, my having gone through it, but it wasn't a 100% cure. So now we are looking at my getting progressive bifocals in a couple weeks. So I'll have to adjust from having single vision lenses to having progressive bifocals for the first time in my life, and see if that compensates for the little bit of CE, which I have now, apparently. And I have to give myself about a month to fully adjust to having the new progressive bifocals when I get them in about 1.5 to 2 weeks. And also, once I adjust to having progressive bifocals, then I'll have to try reading for long periods with the progressives and see how my eyes and vision and all of that end up doing. And if the symptoms are bad enough, in spite of using the new progressive bifocals, if it's still bad enough, then I might go back and have a few more sessions. Sorry, my cold. Have a few more sessions of vision therapy. I'm hoping that the progressive bifocals will be adequate. So like I said, it's a lot more complicated in my case than just saying that Lexapro got rid of the MAV. Because I've had a lot more going on than just classical migraine and migraine-associated vertigo. Now, for someone who doesn't have CI or CE and has normal vision, I don't know if Lexapro would be a good a good choice or not. I don't know. I can't really say. No clue. Everybody's different. But I think it becomes, sorry. I think, itchy. I think it might become kind of complicated when you add convergence insufficiency or convergence excess or strabismus or any of those functional, brain-related functional vision issues, and you add that to the whole MAV thing and Lexapro, it can become a complicated mess. Now, I think my headache specialist really ought to have had a consultation, or at least a conference call or something, with the vision therapist who originally diagnosed me as having CI, just to get a good idea of how much of my vertigo and headaches might be caused by the CI and how much might be actually migraine. But apparently she never did that. She knew I had CI, but I guess she must have assumed that MAV was the entire reason for all of the headaches, and that MAV and classical migraine was the reason for all of the headaches and whatnot and vertigo. I guess she must have just assumed that, and well, if she assumed that, apparently she assumed incorrectly. So I strongly recommend, if anyone has really bad vertigo, and there's any inkling of a chance that it could possibly be remotely vision related, you're having vision problems, you're getting difficulty reading, staying on track when you read, your eyes are blurring up, the whole bit, just to be on the safe side, I would recommend definitely getting checked by a developmental optometrist for the possibility of having CI or CE or lazy eye or strabismus or whatever, just to be on the safe side. And my experience with regular optometrists is they don't tend to do a really thorough job of testing for functional vision problems. They can test for it, but tends to not be really thorough. I strongly recommend, wholeheartedly recommend developmental optometrists to get a really thorough screening of what's going on with functional vision. Hope you're having a great day, everybody, and thanks for tuning in. Talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye.